Hey. It's day 11 of my 30-day album challenge, and I thought I'd come get some oranges because the album I'm going to be reviewing today is A Great Escape by Larry June and The Alchemist. So this was my very first Larry June album, and what I gotta say is that he is very consistent. It's almost nonchalant to an extreme level. Unfortunately, Larry June to me sounds like a freestyler who got inspired from like Jay-Z and Lil Wayne, who says like they never write their bars, it's just always a freestyle. And he says, oh, I'm gonna do that, but at like a very simple, less clever like level, because all the things he's saying are great advice, it's great motivation, great business advice, but it doesn't really stand out in terms of music. It just kind of sounds like he's braggadocious, but like, also trying to put you on game. Like, all I think about is money. My first name, son, is Billy. Even when I'm bored, I think about getting a new Millie. And it's just like, okay, like, cool. I get it. You got to have that mindset. You got to always be on. At first, I used to think it was like offbeat, but it's really just like he chooses to not go with the beat. Like, he chooses the same beat, which I would feel like Alchemist would cater to that rhythm a little bit more, but no, they were just two fusions of two styles put together. And it kind of worked. It was kind of okay. And one of the things I noticed most about this album were that the features really showed their personality and their characteristics, their style, when they were giving their verses. Like Larry June, I guess you could say he's presenting his style, but it's so nonchalant, it's so bland that when you hear Action Bronson, when you hear Big Sean, when you hear Wiz Khalifa, when you hear Joey Badass, you really appreciate that they have their own style that's a little bit more rhythmic, it's a little bit more expressive. It looks like they're really trying to convince you of what they're saying. Versus Larry is just like, I don't really care if you believe me or not, I'm still getting to this paper. Matter of fact, I'm gonna book a trip to Jamaica. And it's just like, okay, cool. Like, I don't really care to come back to this album because I don't think Larry June cared if I come back to this album. He really makes music for himself. It's good cruising music. It's good music like when you're driving down PCH or some California kind of vibe. So if I had to give this album a rating out of 10, I would give it a 4 out of 10. In my personal opinion, on both sides of the music, whether it's the lyrics and Larry June's contribution or whether it's the Alchemist and his beat contribution, both people were lackluster in the sense of that they could have added a lot more things to it, but unfortunately they chose not to do that and they just kept it at the level it's at. So you guys let me know what you guys think about this album and what albums you guys want me to rate next.